Chancellor Wafa, the candidates are assembled. We may now proceed with the commencement exercises. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem and invocation. Gianna Crahill will lead us in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Dr. Kara Stone, the 2021-22 Faculty Senate Chair, will now give the invocation.
Students, faculty, staff, family, friends, we gather on this grand day understanding that we come from different places, hold different values, and cherish different beliefs. Yet, today we are united in gratitude and celebration. We come together to celebrate the education and knowledge gained and the degrees earned. We come together to appreciate and admire the hard work and dedication that it took for these students to make it here today. We celebrate the dreams and hopes of all within our society that were encouraged and nourished at Penn State Scranton. We are thankful for all the support given by our community of mentors, donors, faculty, advisors, staff, family, and friends. In a world where many have little to celebrate, we are thankful for the accomplishments of all of those we see before us today. As we continue our journey through life on different paths, toward different experiences and destinies, may our gratitude unite us in the desire to use for the common good all that we are and all that we have learned, so that reasons to be thankful will fill our own lives and every other life we encounter. May our gratitude on this grand day guide us toward peace for each person and toward freedom to live, work, and serve throughout all of our days.
Please be seated. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I warmly welcome you to the 2022 commencement celebration for Penn State University, Scranton. These commencement exercises are held in this 54th year of Penn State University, Scranton, and are part of a long tradition, as this is the 167th year of Penn State University. Today, parents, friends, and colleagues of the graduates, alongside our staff and faculty, celebrate with joy and pride the achievements of the class of 2022. I'd like to give a special welcome to our special guest, Dr. Elizabeth Bonzar. I think she's seated here. She is an emeritus member of the Penn State University Scranton Advisory Board. She served as its president from 1994 until 2001. I'd like now to introduce the platform party. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. As I call out your name, please remain standing so that we may recognize you collectively. Mr. Robert Durkin, our keynote speaker. Mr. Markuss Braveris, Chancellor Scholar. Mr. Fred Powell, Advisory Board Vice Chair. Mr. Christopher Davis, Alumni Representative. Dr. Darrell Johnson, Chief Academic Officer. Dr. Dale Holland, Faculty Grand Marshal. Ms. Marilee Mulvey, Director of Information Technology. Mr. Matthew Need, Director of Student Services and Engagement and Master of Ceremonies of this year's commencement. Mrs. Teresa Caputo, Interim Director of Enrollment Management. Mr. Gene Grogan, Director of Business Services. Mrs. Jenny Nees, Head Librarian. Dr. David Byman, Biology Program Coordinator. Dr. James Wilkerson, Business and Project and Supply Chain Management Program Coordinator. Dr. Kimberly Flanders, Corporate Communication Program Coordinator. Dr. Majid Chatsas, Mechanical Engineering Program Coordinator. Mr. Paul Perron, English and Letters, Arts and Sciences Program Coordinator. Dr. Janet Melnick, Human Development and Family Studies Program Coordinator. Mr. Fred Abley, Information Sciences and Technology Program Co-Coordinator. Dr. Milton Evans, Nursing Program Coordinator. And Dr. Renee McNair, Psychology Program Coordinator. Penn State University Scranton is able to provide high-quality education because our faculty is dedicated to providing the best educational opportunities and experiences in northeastern Pennsylvania. Would all the faculty please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our faculty who are vital for advancing higher education at Penn State University, Scranton. Please join me in recognizing their contributions to your university and the community at large. Thank you. Penn State Scranton is able to support our students and faculty because we have highly dedicated staff members who play a viable role in keeping this campus functioning at the highest standards. Would the staff who are present here please do stand and raise your hands so that we can recognize you. And I cannot see anyone here from the podium. So thank you for our staff. Thank you. Students, you are here this afternoon because you have earned the right for this special and joyous occasion. It took years of hard work and long nights preparing for exams and meeting deadlines. You may have worked one or more jobs to pay your way through college. You may have sought help from family and loved ones to assist you during this journey. But we also know that for many, there are very special individuals who stood with you and whose support was key for you to be here this morning, this afternoon, and who deserve to be recognized. Would the mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, children, fiancés, significant others, friends and supporters of our graduates, please stand. Wonderful, thank you. Mother's Day is happening, so I'm going to ask all mothers or expecting mothers to please stand, because mothers are the foundation of any society. So mothers, stand please. Thank you. Penn State University, Scranton identifies a degree-seeking student in the final year of his or her program and has the highest cumulative grade point average as determined by the criteria of their school or department to be designated as the Chancellor's Scholar. The recipient of the 2022 Chancellor's Scholar designation is Mr. Markuss Braveris. Markuss is a business major who has excelled both in and out of the classroom. He is one of the recipients of this year's Evan Pugh Scholar Awards. He is a member of the Business Club and the campus chapter of Sigma Beta Delta International Honor Society for his academic excellence in business. He presented a research poster during the 2020 Undergraduate Research Web Showcase. Markuss has received the Patrick J. and Mary Jane Sheridan Award for Excellence in Financial Services for his outstanding academic achievement. He has spent the last 3 semesters as Professor Sorokina's research assistant. Some of the research projects were conducted in cooperation with colleagues from the Federal Reserve System and may help inform policy decisions. Markuss finds time to volunteer with the local Pike County Historical Society and is a member of Trout Unlimited, a U.S. nonprofit dedicated to the conservation of freshwater streams, rivers, and any other aquatic habitats. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Markuss Braveris, the Penn State University 2022 Chancellor Scholar, who will share a few words with us. Markuss?
Thank you, Dr. Wafa. It is such an honor to have been selected as the Chancellor Scholar, and it is my esteemed pleasure to welcome all students, families, and faculty to the commencement ceremony for the Penn State Scranton class of 2022. It is so amazing to be standing here in front of you all today. I remember my first day as a freshman here at Penn State Scranton. Much like many of you, I'm sure, I was the picture of calm, cool, and collected. No, in actuality, I was extremely anxious. When I walked into my very first college class, the professor said to us all, "Take out your syllabus. If you didn't print it, it is up on the board." And I remember thinking, what is a syllabus? I cannot lie, that was a challenging day, and I had to learn many things very quickly, as did all of you. And look at us all now. We are seated here on this absolutely beautiful day, about to receive degrees that we have all worked so hard for. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we are going to encounter a lot more challenges moving forwards. But no matter how much adversity we may face, we can all always look back at this moment and remember that it is possible. We will persevere, and we will succeed. And let's not forget, we are not alone in our challenges. At this time, I want to thank all of Penn State Scranton's faculty, staff, and administration for their continued dedication towards our success and achievement. I would like to personally thank Dr. Surikina and Professor Sheridan for all of their unwavering support during my time here at Penn State Scranton. Dr. Surikina, throughout our work, you have provided me with invaluable skills and prepared me for the many difficulties that lie ahead. Because of your expert guidance, I know that I can be successful in all of my future endeavors. Professor Sheridan, I want to thank you for becoming an indispensable mentor to me. When I first landed my accounting internship, Professor Sheridan answered my phone calls and guided me through what my first week would look like. Without his direction, I would have been left floundering my first week. So Professor Sheridan, thank you for the knowledge you have bestowed upon me, and thank you for the knowledge that you have provided to me. Family and friends, too, provide the support that we need to persevere through our challenges. Personally, I would like to thank my mom and my dad for providing the means, support, and motivation to obtain all of my goals. Without your love and advice, I would not have grown into the person that I have become today. I would like to also thank my girlfriend, Olivia, for constantly offering encouragement and support when I needed it the most. No matter what hurdles I faced, these individuals were all there for me, as I am sure many of you have invaluable people that have been there to support you. So today, I implore you all, when faced with future obstacles, ask for help. Lean on your support network, but above all, persist. None of us would be sitting here today if we had not persisted. What did we do when we missed an assignment? We persisted. What did we do if we failed an exam? We persisted. What did we do if we failed a class? We persisted. And what did we do when we were hit with the global pandemic? We persisted. By now, we are masters of persisting. It is a part of our very nature. But as we all leave Penn State Scranton today, we must never forget what it means to be a Nittany Lion. We are strong, we are capable, and we are intelligent. And even though our journey may be coming to a close here at Penn State Scranton, we will always be Nittany Lions through and through. I mean, really think about where we are all sitting today and the unique journeys that we have taken to get here. It was far from easy, but I am proud to say that I now know exactly what a syllabus is. I would like to leave you all today with a quote from John F. Kennedy that perfectly summarizes my message to you all. Our problems are man-made, and therefore they can be solved by man. Thank you, Penn State Scranton Class of 2022, and congratulations.
The Chancellor Scholar gets a fancy medallion. He didn't know about that. Well, thank you, Markuss. Mr. Powell, Fred Powell, is an advisory board vice chair who will be introducing our keynote speaker. So allow me to share with you a few points about Mr. Powell. Fred Powell is the executive vice president and chief financial officer for the Antares Pharma. Fred joined Antares Pharma, a specialty pharmaceutical company located in Ewing, New Jersey, in October 2016. Prior to joining Antares, he spent most of his career working with pharmaceutical and biotech companies where he has developed and led finance and IT teams in the US and globally. Fred led the initial public offerings of 3 pharmaceutical companies and has completed numerous financings and company acquisitions and mergers. He is an active member of Penn State Scranton's advisory board and other nonprofit organizations in the Philadelphia area. Fred holds a bachelor's degree in accounting from Penn State University. He began his Penn State education at the Scranton campus. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Fred Powell. Fred?
And thank you, Chancellor Wafa, for that introduction. It's truly an honor and privilege to attend today's commencement as Vice Chairman of the Advisory Board. As a Penn State graduate, I truly value the education which I received in Scranton, and I applaud each of you on your dedication to reaching your destination of becoming a Penn State graduate. Today, I have the privilege of introducing you to our keynote speaker, Mr. Robert Durkin. Bob Durkin is President and CEO of the Greater Scranton Chamber of Commerce, overseeing planning, finances, staffing, and programming of the Chamber and its affiliates, Scranton-Lackawanna Industrial Building Company, Lackawanna Industrial Fund Enterprises, Metro Action, Inc., Leadership Lackawanna, Skills in Scranton, and the Scranton Plan. He's a 1981 graduate of Penn State University with a BA in Political Science and undertook advanced studies at the PSU Institute for Public Administration and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Institute of Organizational Management at the University of Delaware. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker for today, Mr. Robert Durkin.
Thanks, Fred. First, I want to just say, Markuss, you make us proud, Penn State proud. Way to go. Great job, again. So allow me to say, to start, what an honor it is to be up on this stage with such a distinguished group. As a member of the Campus Advisory Committee and through a number of partnerships we've undertaken between the Chamber and the University, I can tell you I've seen firsthand the great work that's being done at Penn State Scranton by this body and these other professionals under the leadership of Dr. Wafa. I'm also greatly honored to be here in the company of this graduating class. Along with all the pomp and circumstances and the formal trappings, I can say that first and foremost, this is your day to celebrate. Now, I'm not sure what criteria Dr. Wafa was using when he asked me to do this, but I'm sure it wasn't my transcript. This being my first opportunity to speak in a commencement speech, I also talked to Dr. Wafa about some of the pointers for structuring the talk. Now, I'll admit that I do like an audience. I've been known to be a little bit loquacious at times. In fact, Dr. Wafa and I were at a Chamber of Commerce committee meeting earlier this week, and when it was mentioned that I was going to be speaking, one of the other members of the committee mumbled, "Bring a cooler." So, however, there's structure to this. So Dr. Wafa and I were back and forth, and in a series of emails, he made it clear to me, after the third time that he said this, it was pretty emphatic, no more than 7 minutes. I said, okay, I get the point, brevity is important here. It's your day, not mine. So let me get right to it, because I want to share with you a story. Recently, I was contacted by Toby Hanna Army Depot, and over the years, they've taken on a really interesting exercise. And what they do is they create a time capsule to be opened and then refilled every 20 years. And I was invited to write up a statement for the next time capsule on basically what I thought the world was going to be like in 20 years. It was an interesting experience, and while I did take it seriously, I have to admit I didn't feel all that much pressure to be correct in my predictions. Because even if they open it in 20 years and I'm proven completely wrong, I figure by that point I'll be 83 years old and playing pickleball at some senior development in Florida. So, you know, it is what it is. But the exercise was particularly timely because at this time the Chamber of Commerce is in the process of developing a new strategic plan, our blueprint for promoting economic prosperity over the next few years throughout northeastern Pennsylvania. So as I worked on what was going to be part of my time capsule, I got thinking about both the future and the past of northeastern Pennsylvania and how the goals and actions that we will ultimately undertake could have an impact on our community. Now, I'm not under the delusion that the Chamber of Commerce can dictate how the economy will function. If that was the case, this last week on Wall Street would not have happened. But history has shown that through thoughtful planning, organizations like ours can help shape the path of the future. Over the years, it was the vision of the Chamber leaders that led to the creation of 15 business and industrial parks located throughout Lackawanna County. Familiar names like Stauffer and Keystone Industrial Parks, Glenmar Corporate Center, Scott Technology Park, Valley View Business Park, just to name a few. And all of which, though, have provided hundreds of businesses the opportunity to produce tens of thousands of jobs across our region. Indeed, history shows it's the vision and actions of generations of Chamber and other community leaders that led to the development of iconic community resources like the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport, Montage Mountain, Steamtown National Historic Site, PNC Field, the Casey Highway, and others. More recently, Chamber leaders had the foresight to create business incubators to facilitate entrepreneurial opportunities for business startups, to create educational partnerships with institutes like Penn State Scranton, focusing on strengthening our workforce. And likewise, programs providing access for capital for hundreds of very small businesses, including a source of low-interest loans to help our businesses put COVID in the rearview mirror. These economic development successes and the time capsule exercise, remember I was talking about a time capsule, were a reminder that with well-planned, well-considered planning and the execution of such plans, good things can happen. I bring all this up not just to fill the middle 4 minutes of my speech, but because as I look out at this audience, I see a group of individuals who stand at an important visioning point of your own, a place where you can script what you want to put in your time capsule. So a challenge I offer you today is to look ahead and ask yourselves, what do I want to be? Where do I want to be? And who do I want to be in 20, 30, or 40 years? In asking yourself those questions, like the visionaries who created these large-scale economic projects in our region, you'll also need to think about what it will take to get there. Your career choices, the resources you can muster, and the people who can help you get where you want to go. In other words, a plan. Well, you've already succeeded in the first important step. In a very short time, you're going to walk across this stage and be handed a diploma, your diploma. A document that symbolizes the hard work and sacrifices you've already made as you begin your quest to your own future. And I think it's important to add a note to your accomplishments, an historic asterisk, as it were, that you managed to do all of this in the midst of the biggest public health challenge in over 100 years, and that is amazing, and that deserves a round of applause for you. Now, I can assure you that if you take the actual steps of writing down your aspirations for the future, and somehow remember to open them, or in my case, try to find them in 20 years, you're likely to find that your pathway took a great many unexpected twists and turns. And throughout your journey, I expect that you will time and again return to the knowledge and experiences, to the relationships you formed with fellow students, faculty, and staff, and to the great sense of pride in what it took for you to become a graduate of the Pennsylvania State University. I wish for each of you a literal or figurative time capsule, a thoughtful, purposeful element of your lives that guides you along your pathway to a place filled with personal and professional happiness and success. A friend suggested, and Markuss also indicated with the closure of his talk, that the commencement speech should probably end with an inspirational quote. Well, I can't think of a better one than the one that's rooted in the lore of this great university and speaks to the pride we all feel in our connection to this institution. I ask you to join me with this quote. I think you know it. We are Penn State. Congratulations. Thanks for having me.
It's not a surprise. All right. Get to the right page. He didn't know about that. Mr. Durkin, in recognition for your service and for being our keynote speaker for the 2022 class, I present you with this bronze plate as a memento for for your service. I know that some of you will not be able to see it, but it's a nice one. Thank you. And here's the back. Thank you. We come now to the central moment of these ceremonies, the presentation of degrees. Dr. Durrell Johnson, Chief Academic Officer, will introduce the graduates. Dr. Johnson.
Thank you, Chancellor Wafa. Good afternoon. I'd be remiss not to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day weekend, and welcome to our commencement ceremony. Family, friends, faculty, and staff, and a special welcome to our graduating students. Before we begin the conferring of degrees, I'd like to thank the Penn State faculty and staff, your family and friends, who have supported you in the journey to this point in your career. And as we all can agree, it's been an interesting journey. You're graduating from a prestigious institution with a long history of rigorous academic standards, and it's our pleasure to join you in celebrating your achievements today. In recognition of student achievement, candidates for summa cum laude are wearing blue and white cords, candidates for magna cum laude are wearing blue cords, and candidates for cum laude are wearing white cords. In addition to recognizing candidates for distinction, students who have honorably served, are serving, or are commissioned to serve in the U.S. military are wearing red, white, and blue cords in recognition of their duty and sacrifice. Graduates, you will be called to stage to be recognized and receive your diploma, and will be dismissed to the stage, by discipline. Audience, we ask that you hold your applause until all of the graduates in each discipline have been recognized, and we thank you for that recognition. The candidates for the baccalaureate degree in biology will now be recognized by Dr. Wafa. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Biology please come forward to be recognized?
Jared Griffin, Student Marshal. Yasmin Smith. Haley Rinker. Nicholas Chazinski. Christian Hennerfield. Madison McNoskey. Sangal Gafarova. Mahudi Abohawa.
I'm strongly considering taking that refrain from applause line out of my introduction. On behalf of the Penn State Scranton Biology faculty, please join me in congratulating our graduates. The candidates for the associate and baccalaureate degrees in business will now be recognized by Dr. Wafa. Will the candidates for the degrees of associate in science and business administration and bachelor of science in business administration please come forward to be recognized?
Tabitha Boyd. Kellyanne Stalker. Dhruvi Patel. Quinn Wynn. Sarah Robinson. Angel Bello. Benjamin Rudolph. Matthew Palkovic. Carson Cachapo. Matthew Desoy. Rachel Lewis. Danielle Powell. Markuss Braveris, Chancellor Scholar, summa cum laude. Clayton Martin. Mara Monahan. Brian Meliand. Ryan Casper. Sebastian Phillips. Noah Crail. Noah's father, John Crail, a member of our Scranton campus's Office of Physical Plant, will be presenting the diploma to his son today. Francis Fajardo. Dhruv Patel. John Jaguar. Danielle Vahelkic. Miriam Miwad.
On behalf of the Penn State Scranton business faculty, please join me in congratulating our graduates. The candidates for the baccalaureate degree in Project and Supply Chain Management will now be recognized by Dr. Wafa. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Project and Supply Chain Management please come forward to be recognized?
Sean Klinkman. Garrett Rusnak. Thaddeus Romance.
On behalf of the Penn State Scranton Project and Supply Chain Management faculty, please join me in congratulating our graduates. The candidates for the baccalaureate degree in corporate communications will now be recognized by Dr. Wafa. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in corporate communication please come forward to be recognized?
Maria Villamin, Student Marshal. Angelina Palma. Marissa Boyd. Morgan Seawack. Molly Killeen. Brittany Diaz. Nathan Reeder. Kyle Osterhout. Christopher Urban. Malik Lubin. Tabitha Henderson.
On behalf of the Penn State Scranton Corporate Communication faculty, please join me in congratulating our graduates. The candidates for the baccalaureate degree in English will now be recognized by Dr. Wafa. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English please come forward to be recognized?
Rachel Vianyamin, Student Marshal, summa cum laude. Kyle Kuleas. Dominic Lupini. Bobby Lee Byfeld.
On behalf of the Penn State Scranton English faculty, please join me in congratulating our graduates. The candidates for the baccalaureate degree in Human Development and Family Studies will now be recognized by Dr. Wafa. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Human Development and Family Studies please come forward to be recognized?
Alyssa Chorba, Student Marshal, magna cum laude. Lily Anashiski. Kimberlyn Sanchez. Isabella Muncy. Priya Patel.
On behalf of the Penn State Scranton Human Development and Family Studies faculty, please join me in congratulating our graduates. The candidates for the baccalaureate degree in Information Sciences and Technology will now be recognized by Dr. Wafa. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Information Science and Technology please come forward to be recognized?
Alexander Hamilton, Student Marshal, cum laude. Eric Fritz. Dimitri Reese. Ryan John Efalt. Danielle Aiello. Elliot Pratt. Douglas Griffiths. Michael Fedorka. Paul Marmo. Parth Patel. Natalie Shield. Skylar Santiago. Tarun Kumar Patel. Jamin Patel.
On behalf of the Penn State Scranton Information Science and Technology faculty, please join me in congratulating our graduates. The candidates for the baccalaureate degree in nursing will now be recognized by Dr. Wafa. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing please come forward to be recognized?
Logan DeSanto, Student Marshal, magna cum laude. Lucy Adams, magna cum laude. Lucy's father, Dr. Todd Adams, Assistant Professor of Philosophy at Penn State Scranton, will be presenting the diploma to his daughter today. Caitlin Aki. Courtney Varco, magna cum laude. Lauren Owens. Angel Hunting. Heather Slimek. Rhiannon Bergerhauser. Carly Kozel. Molly Killian. Alexi Calloway. Marianne Caracciolo. Emily Scarfo. Devin Seifert. Andrea Dogel. Jenna Wright. Tierra New. Ashley LaPierre. Allie Riley. Ioni Thompson. Sydney Nonamaker. Heather McCollum. Jenny Vong Mani. Hannah Talercio. Alona Cupertino. Emily Hilker. Amanda Mattini. Jonathan Gray. Sierra Anderson. Shannon Chekai. Mariah Pedrucci. Rocco Pacini. Dominic Jacoby III. Michael Clark III, cum laude. Zachary Snyder. Nicola Giordano.
On behalf of the Penn State Scranton nursing faculty, please join me in congratulating our graduates. The candidates for the baccalaureate degrees in psychology will now be recognized by Dr. Wafa. Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Sciences in psychology please come forward to be recognized?
Justin Ruby, Student Marshal. Jason Klein. Randy Jarnicki. James Smith. Edward Cavalier. Patrick Doherty. Michael Fodor, Jr. Jarrett Townsend. Rutu Gandhi. Keisha Patel. Nirel Patel. Kayla Simmons. Alyssa Kunho. Delia Scotch. Sarah Michalski. Jordan Monaco. Brianna Strine. Amanda Hearn.
On behalf of the Penn State Scranton Psychology faculty, please join me in congratulating our graduates. Each year, Penn State students who have completed degree requirements at another Penn State location choose to attend commencement ceremonies at Penn State Scranton. At this time, I'd like to invite to the stage the candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Science Business, Bachelor of Science Criminal Justice, Bachelor of Science Human Development and Family Studies, Bachelor of Science Psychology, and Master of Arts in Communication. Please come forward to be recognized.
Ruslan Badalov, Bachelor of Science in Business, World Campus. Carmina Monaco, Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice, World Campus. Megan Calargo, Bachelor of Science in Human Development and Family Studies, World Campus. Susan Bartholomew, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, World Campus. Alexa Yatway, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, World Campus. Gunaz Amarova, Associate of Science Business, World Campus. Brent Wilson, Master of Arts in Communication, Penn State Harrisburg.
On behalf of the Penn State Scranton and Penn State University faculty, please join me in congratulating the graduates. Congratulations to our 2019-2020 graduating class. They celebrated their commencement virtually and did not have the opportunity to be recognized in front of their classmates, faculty, and loved ones. They were invited back today to attend commencement as a way of commemorating their graduation at an in-person celebration. At this time, I'd like to invite the candidates to come forward and be recognized.
Betty Capozzi, Bachelor of Science, Human Development, Family Studies. Jasmine Das, Bachelor of Science, Human Development, and Family Studies. Richard Johnson, Bachelor of Science in Business. Bunsi Lakia, Bachelor of Science in Business. Melanie McAndrew, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Shawnee Mohammed, Bachelor of Science in Business, summa cum laude. Sarah Mooney, Bachelor of Science in Human Development and Family Studies. Jim Tuttle, Bachelor of Science in Human Development and Family Studies.
On behalf of the Penn State faculty, please join me in congratulating our graduates. Members of the Penn State Scranton community gathered on campus Friday, November 5th, 2021, to honor the memory of Thomas Epson, who passed on July 3rd, 2021. Thomas was pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in business with an option in marketing and last attended Penn State in the spring of 2020. He was one semester away from graduating at the time of his passing, and his family was awarded posthumously a Bachelor of Science in Business degree on behalf of Thomas's academic accomplishments. Please join me in recognizing Thomas. Congratulations to our graduates from the Penn State University. Dr. Wafa, the candidates have successfully completed their respective degree requirements as established by the Pennsylvania State University and are ready for the conferral of their degrees.
Would the graduates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, and on behalf of University President Eric J. Barron, I pronounce you graduates of the Penn State University. You can now you can move your tassels from, of course, it's reverse here, from your right to the left. This is a symbolization of the earning of a university degree. Graduates, if you would, please face the audience and join with me again in thanking those who have helped to make your success possible. Please be seated. The Penn State Scranton Alumni Society is a group that has been a part of our campus for over 30 years. This year's alumni representative is Christopher M. Davis. He is a 2019 graduate of the Penn State Scranton campus. Chris obtained a Bachelor's of Art in Corporate Communication and a minor in business while attending the Scranton campus, graduating with honors and induction into the Lambda Eta Pi Communication Honor Society. Since graduation, Chris has found employment in multiple industries, working in digital marketing, social media, and esports as a business owner. Chris has remained in the northeastern Pennsylvania region for his love of the area, embracing its rich history, strong culture, and own family ties to this area. Chris has been the secretary for the Penn State Scranton Alumni Society since 2019, enjoying his ability to give back to the Penn State Scranton campus and fellow alumni. Chris?
Thank you, Dr. Wafa. Congratulations, graduates, but also congratulations to moms, dads, grandparents, friends, family members, and all others who have come out to support their respective graduates. I extend these congratulations to not only our graduates, but those who are here today for our graduates, because the college journey isn't just for you graduating here today. It's for those you brought here today as well. It's been a journey just as much for you as those in your life. You, in addition to the people in your life, are the reason you sit here this afternoon. The past 2, 4, or more years have been a collection of your dedication and hard work, but also many smiles, laughs, talks, deep talks, maybe even ugly crying talks. Every conversation, every hug, every word of encouragement, paired with the pursuit of your degrees, it has all brought you to this moment, the first day of the rest of your life. This moment in time, from the time you came up here, shook Dr. Wafa's hand, and smiled for the camera, that's when the clock started ticking. When I sat in your seats all those many years ago, in the year of 2019, at least it feels that long ago, I thought it was a matter of just continuing on in life, the adult journey just continuing, climaxing with retirement and back problems. But a few years into this adult world have shown me that life really began when I walked across this very stage. You now have such an incredible opportunity to do whatever it is you want. Society and the world are at your fingertips. What's in your heart? What is your purpose? What is your passion? You now get to explore these things and so much more. I congratulate those who walk across this stage currently employed or looking forward to employment shortly after graduating. For the rest of you, if you haven't found a job or career just yet, you have time. Time is perhaps the most precious commodity if the past 2 years have shown us anything. While it sounds easy saying, give it time, that probably isn't what you want to hear. But perhaps it is what you need to hear. Slow life down. Take that trip. Go to that new restaurant. See that old group of friends. Do it now. Do it today. Don't wait for the right moment. If you wait to have the right job, if you wait to have the right amount of money, you'll never do anything. Claim today. Celebrate today. And while I already have things in my life I'd wish I'd done, and I'm sure many of you gathered here today can relate to that, I can tell you something I'm glad I did. I'm glad I chose Penn State. And more specifically, I'm glad I chose Penn State Scranton. Attending Penn State Scranton is easily one of the best decisions I have ever made, and I hope each one of our graduates feels this sentiment. Penn State Scranton isn't just a college campus, it's a community. Penn State faculty and staff aren't just your professors, counselors, or police officers. They are your support group. You have a hobby and you share it with them group. Your I have a problem, please help me group. Penn State Scranton doesn't just have classes. It has groups of people from all walks of life you get to meet, work with, form friendships with, and more. Penn State Scranton, as far as I'm concerned, is family. To this day, 3 years after graduating, I can still call up various faculty and ask for their assistance, have a good catch-up conversation, or remind them not to mention any specific names on the platform today of that one accounting class I took, all because I should have a minor. And I am very happy to have that minor today. And to be honest, I wouldn't be where I am today without Penn State Scranton. Count it a tremendous blessing to have chosen this Penn State campus, to have had these professors, to have made the friends you did right here in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Your journey, your story starts today. And part of your story is that you are becoming a Penn State alum. It will be my honor as an officer of the Penn State Scranton Alumni Society, representing the Penn State Alumni Association, to welcome you into a prestigious network of Penn Staters. When you leave today, you join more than 174,000 alumni and friends through membership in the Penn State Alumni Association. Regardless of where you move to, or if you stay right here in northeastern Pennsylvania, you will always have an opportunity to engage with Penn State alumni. With your graduation, the Alumni Association is pleased to present each of our graduates with a free membership to the Alumni Association for your first year. Your membership helps keep you in touch with Penn State and connects you with more than 300 geographically dispersed alumni chapters, interest groups, and college and campus alumni societies. A lot of what you did here at Penn State Scranton now carries over into what you can be a part of in the Alumni Association. I invite you, once you're out there in the world, regardless of where you settle, to reach out to your local Penn State alumni chapter. If you stay local, please reach out to me or any of the other Penn State Scranton alumni officers. We're ready to help you. We're ready to hear what you're doing in the world, and we're ready to continue making Penn State great with your contributions as alumni. As I close, I'd like to read you something that will perhaps strike a chord as you prepare to leave. The following comes from a band called Green Day, and if our graduates don't know who they are, well, we're in trouble. But the lyrics I'm about to read, it is my hope, speak to where many of you are at right now. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end, it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. And I do hope you all had the time of your life as Penn State students. At this time, we would like to ask our new graduates to please rise. And would all other Penn State alumni here today please rise as well. It gives me great pleasure to induct all graduating students of the Pennsylvania State University into the Penn State Alumni Association. Welcome to the Penn State alumni family. Congratulations.
Please be seated. The faculty and staff of Penn State Scranton and I are very, very proud of you, graduates of Penn State University. It is the job of Penn State Scranton to help you prepare for lives of leadership in your homes, businesses, and communities. As a university, our goal has been to help you develop not only a solid foundation of knowledge in your discipline and its application, but also an understanding of the principles that underlie all learnings. Core communication skills, critical thinking, intellectual depth, breadth, and adaptiveness, integration and application of knowledge, understanding of society and culture, belief in values and ethics. Each day is a gift and not a given right. Every second counts because there's no second try. Leave no stone unturned. Leave your fears behind. And try to take the path less traveled by. That first step you take is the longest stride. Let nothing stand in your way. I copied those last 4 points. Do you know from where? Nickelback. I live by those principles, and I thought I should share them with you. Now, go forward, representing Penn State University and impacting the communities of northeastern Pennsylvania and beyond, not just as better skilled employees, but as more thoughtful, reflective, and committed citizens. We are very proud of you. We look forward to hearing back from you as you make your mark in Pennsylvania and the world. Now we invite back Gianna Crahel to lead in singing the alma mater. Gianna?
For the glory of old state, for her founder strong and great, for the future that we wait, raise the song, raise the song. Sing our love and loyalty, sing our hopes that bright and free, rest, O Mother dear, with thee, all with thee, all with thee. When we stood at childhood's gate, shapeless in the hands of fate, thou didst mold us, dear old state, dear old state, dear old state. May no act of ours bring shame to one heart that loves thy name. May our lives but swell thy fame, dear old state, dear old state.
Please remain standing for the recessional. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 2022 commencement celebration for Penn State Scranton. I'd ask that you remain in your seat until the last graduate exits. Now, we'll go back to the backstage, and then you can follow when the last graduate walks out of this space. Mr. Grand Marshal.